Welcome to the Recover Yourself podcast, where we take the conversation of recovering from to recovering yourself. I'm your host, Martin John, and we have another TaoCast this week. I'm talking with Marissa Moon, who recently put her faith in the hands of the unknown so she can follow her spirit.
How you doing? It's so good to see you.
Hi, it's good to see you on this computer screen.
Oh man, this is so you got a launch coming up.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
My podcast is about following your intuition and being like soul guided and listening to that call and like aligning with that like inner knowing. And I'm over here like speaking to people and everyone about like do it like follow it, like listen to it, like yeah. And I haven't like done it yet, and I'm like, okay, I really need to, like, I can't be coming like speaking about this and not be like doing it for myself. Like I need to practice what I preach. So Sunday night, like, because this past Sunday I had a few like visions, I guess, like of me doing it and it becoming real. And then I feel like I got this download Monday, and I heard the voices, like not like voices, but like, yeah, like me. I heard me in my head just go like, you're doing it. And then I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. And it's like, yes, you're doing it right now. Go in the back, she's there. And then I just like got up and like was like walking myself there, and I was on like, I blacked out, and it just like, I was shaking, and I just like told her, and I was like, so I don't know, it's like I blacked out almost because I was like trembling, and just like I just like told my boss like everything, like I'm coming out with a podcast, and I'm putting my notice in, and I'm like moving to Bali, and like I'm doing all this and blah blah. And it was so scary and freeing and exciting and nervous. And then I had to say it like about 8 other times because I like am an administrative assistant for like 8 different people, and then like the entire office. So each time I said it, it was like becoming more and more real. And each time I said it, the less scared I got, and the more I'm like, oh wow, I'm really doing this. Like I guess I am. I told everyone it's happening, so now like I can't back out. Like now it's like really happening, and my launch party is March 30th, and that's when everything
I'm really
will be.
excited about that. See what the Dow holds for you. Do you have a number in mind?
Oh.
Between 1 and 81.
Oh my God, 81. Okay, because I just got like a number, but I'm like, let me just confirm. 9.
I do like this one quite a bit, so we'll see what it has for you. Fill your bowl to the brim and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife and it will blunt. Chase after money and security, and your heart will never unclench. Care about people's approval, and you will be their prisoner. Do your work, then step back. The only path to serenity. So, well, we'll just start at the beginning. Fill your bowl to the brim, and it will spill.
When I first heard it, I was thinking of like filling your cup with like self-love, and the more you like give yourself and like heal yourself, the more that you're able to like spread that onto others.
Oh, very nice. That's beautiful. Yeah. Because it'll spill out over into your neighbors, into the people that you care about. I also look at it as hoarding. You know, in our world today, there's this whole like idea of like, I want more, and the more you have, the more you're going to drop, and the more you're not going to be able to hold on to these things. So yeah, but I like yours so much nicer. It's like fill it and it will spill. Like how nice is that? Keep sharpening your knife and it will blunt. So I look at that, and this is because I have such a big bias against education.
Mm-hmm.
I look at this as being like, if you study and study and study, you believe you know the answer. You can approach a conversation in which you think you know so much that you're not able to communicate.
And it reminds me like of religion in a way, like someone who's just like living their life through just one teaching of religion, and they're like enforcing that, but it like it has no meaning almost if you're just like living by someone else's words, because all teachings and all of life, like all the different people, like everything, there's like lessons through everyone. Like that's why we're like here with so many people, so we can learn through so many different ways. So that makes sense. I don't know if I
No, it
made
absolutely does. Chase after money and security, and your heart will never unclench. Talk to me.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's pretty straightforward, but maybe that's just because of me and my like my problems. But if you're just looking for if you're chasing something that has like no real purpose, like they're just like human type of fulfillment, and not even just like the fact that they're human type of fulfillment, but that they're what does money and security like stand for you? Like, why are you so afraid of like being free? But if you're constantly chasing like what they stand for, what they are, then yeah, you'll never be open to the possibilities that life and everything can offer you, because you'll always be afraid of the uncertainty or of trust in yourself.
Yeah. So
What do you
you
think?
just gave your 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Is that so? You just gave your 2 weeks in terms of like, in terms of that, you were looking to do that for a little while now. What was holding you back from doing that?
Mainly fear. Like if we break it down, it could come back to money, social like constructs, like society, and from growing up. But when it stems down, I guess it's just like fear of it not working out.
So this is where this comes in. It's the idea of security, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you were told what was secure, and it was scary for you to like let go of that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's what this
Yeah.
is saying, right? Like, care about people's approval. When you have to go out and say, no, I'm not working at a job, that's scary, right? Like, so many people are not going to respect us from just being whatever it is we're going to be, especially if we're not wealthy, right? If we're wealthy and are doing what we want, everybody praises us.
Yeah.
But if we struggle, like the last workshop I had one person come to. When we talk about people's approval and I tell somebody, oh yeah, I just had a workshop in which one person showed up, I'm not getting their approval for doing what I do.
Yeah.
You know, like they're like, oh no, you're failing or whatever, right? It goes
Yeah.
into this idea of security and money and other people, like their idea of success.
That's so true. So much, you took it to like a deeper level with the workshop thing. Like I was only thinking about it with this one, like personally with this one step, but now like you opened it, like, yeah, actually it's with like everything else. Like if my podcast or everything else fails, which I know it's not because I'm just that in tuned. If it does, like, do I need the, like, I guess in the sense of others, like idea of failure, do I need that approval from them? No.
Right.
It's all how I feel about it, and care about other people's approval, and you'll be their prisoner. It really resonates with me, and because my entire life has been checking this box. I've been like the perfect, like what they said, like this is like what it takes to be like a person in society, like go to university, check, like get a job, check. I would like venture off a little bit, like, well, I want to do this, and like it didn't make me happy, and then I would come back to the check marks, and they're like, now you got to get married, and now you got to like buy a house, and you got to do this because you're like 28 and you're getting there. And I did the things, like I followed the list, I followed the check marks, and I was like, I'm still not happy. Like,
Right.
You told me I was going to be happy. Like, this is what society, this is what everyone told me, but it still left me feeling unfulfilled. Like there's nothing there. Like, I think though what really like hit it for me is like, I'm going to be 50 or 60 one day, and my parents are going to die, and I'm going to be like 60 years old thinking, wow, I just lived 60 years of my life in my parents' eyes, and I wasted like half my life like living it their way. So like they're gonna die eventually. Like, why not just live it how I want to now? Like, you were molded as this unique like being. Why are you gonna waste like all those gifts on like living it for someone else? Like, they have their chance, like they still have their chance, like do you? And so yeah, like that's what it relates to in that sense, and that's why I feel so passionate about it. And it's just like
yeah. Right. Marissa, thank you so much for joining me with all this.
All right, thanks for chatting with me. It was fun. It's always fun talking to you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Marissa's awesome. You can find links to all the things she's doing in the description of this video. Thanks again for listening and following the Recover Yourself podcast. I'm Martin John, and you can find me on all social media outlets. Feel free to offer feedback, as that's the only way I'm going to be able to improve this podcast. And if you're having struggles with addiction, promise me you'll take one step to get the help you need. And if you're in a place where you need to recover part of yourself and your passion, feel free to reach out to me at martinjohn.com. Until next week, keep recovering yourself. Thank you.